Okay, it is January 7, 20, excuse me, I was going to say 2020, 2021. Four stocks to watch. Two of them are Bitcoin related, NXTD, FTFT. The other two are OGE and CBAT. These other ones, I think they're both biotechs. And there's nothing really that I'm looking at. I added a new chart here, a 10-day chart. I did miss the setup, but with FTFT, there is plenty of support here in the 220s, and even if it were to crack the 220s, it could drop here into the high teens perhaps, and maybe give a not a very dramatic drop if it were to break the 220 level. The reason why I say this is that it had a nice drop here towards the 219s, but all of this uptrending like so immediately with one candle, I wasn't really ready for that, so I did miss a setup here buying at the level there. When it dropped into the teens a little, I was a bit shaken out, but technical analysis is not always exact. After all, the bottom range of this section here seems to be roughly 212, so it still was holding support, held support now in the 230s. I'm going to try sticking with this type of pattern more often when it dips and holds a level of support. OGN kind of did that here, although I did not see that one at all. And I'll just have to keep looking for setups like that. NXTD, it's up. It's their Bitcoin plays. Bitcoin's up a bunch, but not really doing anything that I want to do. CBAT had a bit of a panic. I don't see a level of support except for the 720s here. So I'm just going to keep watching. This could be an inverse head and shoulders perhaps, but I don't like how it's downtrending this aggressively. We'll just have to keep looking. Maybe there'll be setups today. Maybe not. That'll be fine. Okay, it's 9:49. FTFT, just a really nice uptrend, really nice spike. Actually broke the day high, although it seems to be struggling to hold there. Maybe it's holding there, I'm not too sure yet. Again, just a really nice dip by opportunity at the lows with all of this support right here. Even if it were to have broken it, I mean, there would have been some support down here as well, not too much, but it would have prevented a big drop. Like if there's no levels of support, it could cause a huge drop on the downside. So that was a pretty good setup. Didn't trade it, unfortunately, but I learned from it, and I just keep getting better, and I'm glad to see that the pattern is right. I don't see any other setups right now that I'm interested in. Nothing that's really clear. CBAT keeps fading, so those setups right now. I'll probably take a look at the chat to see if there's any other stocks. A lot of people got burned on. I think that's what yeah. That really sucks. I mean, I don't like, what happened here? I don't like going overnight on stocks, but I mean, sometimes you see it be a very profitable thing to do. Very sketchy looking stock, sketchy looking ticker. Still pretty impressive how much it ran, but yeah, just a big drop there. Okay, 1059 FTFT overall did a nice run as high as 273. Pretty impressive. Didn't notice at the time, but this is clearly a bull flag, and this is a pattern that I've been looking at recently. It seems like they work on a consistent basis. I'm not going to explain the setup again, but it was very nice. Got to the 270s, and then when it had this downtrend, I was looking at maybe a potential dip buy in the 40s, risking it off the 35 level right here, intraday support. Actually held over the breakout level of the 250s, and they had a little move up there, but I wanted it to drop more, and now it looks like it might drop more and do exactly that. Okay, it's 10:05 a.m. I really don't feel bad about this. FTFT decided to hold the breakout level here. It's doing a very nice run up. The candle here is bigger than this candle, bigger than this candle. Very impressive move towards the upside. A bit of a short squeeze there. Now it has a big wick, but this is a very impressive move. I don't feel bad because I would have wanted it to have dropped lower for a dip buy opportunity. Instead, it held the breakout level at 52. This is a confirmed breakout. Broke past 52, the day high. Had a nice uptrend. Went back to the level, held support. Nice breakout. Again, I would have wanted it to have been somewhere lower in the 35s, and then maybe 52 doesn't hold. That's fine, but ideally it does, and it uptrends from there. Just a very nice short squeeze, especially with that big last candle right there. OGEN, I think it's dropping too much to consider it for inverse head and shoulders, but I'll have to look. I mean, if it could spike from 89 back to $1, that's going to show some volatility and a potential for it to pull off an inverse head and shoulders. NXTD, nothing I really want to trade. CBAT didn't put off, at least to me, an inverse head and shoulders a trade, although it seems like in theory it could have been a very dirty looking one, minus these two candles right here, which wasn't the market open. Maybe an inverse head and shoulders was there. I'll keep looking at FTFT to learn. Not really gonna trade it or consider trading it. I'll keep an eye on OGEN if it makes an inverse head and shoulders. Other than that, that's all I got for now. Okay, it's 10:27 a.m. Just no setups besides that very nice one with FTFT, CBAT, I guess maybe inverse head and shoulders, shoulder, head, shoulder, perhaps. But I wouldn't have traded that. That wasn't a very clean move, and at best case you're up 5% maybe. NXTD, nothing I really want to trade. You can call these the commodity stocks because they trade like they trade based off of the price of Bitcoin, which is doing pretty nicely. FTFT is looking like it's gonna hold this new breakout level at 270. It could try to break out again. Really just don't want to trade this just because I might be conflicted. Maybe a bit salty, revenge trade, all of that bad stuff. But this was a very nice dip buy right here. I should have taken into consideration that the range got as low as 212, so I was thinking 220, nice and solid, 220 right there. So when it got just a little below 220 here in the high teens, it kind of threw me off. Maybe in theory I could have maybe bought in this candle right here, seeing that there seems to be some kind of an uptrend, maybe even here. But again, I didn't know it was going to spike to 3. It could have just gotten to the 235s and reject. It could have gotten towards the high here, or 252, the pre-market high level, and absolutely failed. Just out of curiosity, yeah, that was the highest level. It's not like it traded after hours yesterday and it went to another level. Just a very, very nice setup. When I see this again, hopefully I'm more ready to trade it than ever. I think I'm going to call it off pretty early here. If there are any other setups or I happen to trade something, I'll make an update. But regardless of how these stocks do, I just don't want to trade this one because I'm a bit conflicted. OGN looks like it's going to fade the whole day. And XTD, nothing that I really see that I want to trade. Just nothing that I really want to trade. CBAT. Fading, but not as bad as OGEN. So yeah, I think that's all I got. Seems like it might be holding here. The breakout level is 750, so it's not too close to that breakout level at 750. Probably gonna call it off here. I might make an update later. Otherwise, pretty good trading day. Disappointed that I missed the FTFT thing, but I learned a lot from that.